Hey everybody, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to another video of One Tool a Week. If you're new to the channel, we take a look at tools every week. So if you love tools, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. What is it that we're going to be taking a look at this week? Well, this week we're going to be adding a new segment, and that segment's going to be building a nitrogen tank setup. Of course, let me know in the comments below what you yourself use nitrogen for. Now, of course, with that being said, guys, the first thing that you're going to be adding for this setup, let me go ahead and pull it out, is going to be this baby right here. Now, of course, this is going to be a nitrogen tank. Now, it does have some wear and tear right here, but of course, that's because I bought it, and after that, I just exchanged the tanks, or you could rent them and exchange them. Keep in mind, if you do rent them, they do charge you by the day, weekly, monthly, and you will have to pay that debt off. If you have your own, all you do is just exchange it and fill it up and go from there. Now, of course, it's not as nice as the CO2 just because I use nitrogen more, and of course you just swap it out instead of leaving it there for a day or two. That way they could fill it up. Now, with that being said, guys, this is a 20 cubic foot tank, and of course that's gonna set you back on Amazon $76.50. Now, if you want a little bit larger than that, you could get double, which is going to be a 40 cubic foot, and that's going to be $113.50 per tank. Now, if you need more than that, then they do sell a 60 and 80, 120, 244, 330 cubic foot tanks. Now, if you're needing that much, you're probably doing large lines, you're running medical lines, you're doing hospitals, you're doing stuff like that just to purge out systems. Now, if you need anything larger than that, then you are going to go with a liquid nitrogen tanks. And of course, for all you that don't know, liquid form contains more than air form on that. So with that being said, guys, if you're in the HVAC, plumbing, welding, pipe fitting industry, then you are probably more than likely going to end up using nitrogen tanks. Now, if you haven't used it yet, then you probably use it later on, but let's go ahead and explain why is that. So of course, the main reason you're going to end up using nitrogen is because you're going to end up purging lines. Now, whenever you braze, you're going to have to purge lines with nitrogen because you want to get rid of the oxygen inside of the lines. If you don't get rid of the oxygen inside of the copper lines, then you're going to go ahead, as soon as you start heating up, you're gonna start getting oxidation inside of those lines, and that creates a bunch of scale inside of the lines. Now, if you create scale, you end up restricting the airflow, and of course the refrigerant becomes contaminated, or as far as medical gas, you end up contaminating the medical gas also, and you could go ahead, hurt people, clog up airways and stuff like that as far as oxygen once it gets introduced to the system. Now, you want to make sure that you have 0% oxygen inside of your system, so you go ahead and purge them out, and of course those accessories are going to come along later on, which we'll get into it, but the main focus is nitrogen and what you're going to be using it for. Now, in case you don't end up brazing it, then you're going to end up using it to fill up the systems. That way you could test for leaks. It's cheaper to have nitrogen air running through the systems to test it and fill it up than it would be for medical gas to lose medical gas, or if it would be ammonia, which is dangerous and you're not supposed to be breathing it in, or R22, which is going to set you back a crazy amount, and you don't want to test with R22 unless you're super rich and you have crazy amount of money to spend. So on top of testing, which of course, like I say, you end up filling up your systems and making sure you don't have any leaks on that, you're also going to be using nitrogen for unclogging drains. Now, of course, you have other accessories that you can use to unclog, and those drains are going to be small little condensation lines or small little drains clog here and there that you can use either plumbing or HVAC on that part. Now, another use that you can use nitrogen for is that nitrogen is also used to inflate tires. Now, for all you people that see the green caps on the vehicles, it stands for nitrogen, and the reason you use nitrogen to fill up your tires is better than to fill them up with regular air. It's going to be because nitrogen molecules are larger than air molecules, so those larger molecules are harder to come out when it comes from flats or stuff like that, or just to lose air, and also they don't expand in contracts with heat. So on top of that, you're going to be able to keep your tire at the regular pressure that it's supposed to be at all times, and your tires therefore gonna last longer, which is the theory or scientifically proven. So with that being said, guys, those are some of the reasons you would end up using nitrogen for. If you have other uses for nitrogen, go ahead and leave that comment below, and as always, let me know what y'all think in the video below, and thanks for watching One Total Weekend.